We laughed. We had just moved into what we thought was a peaceful, family-friendly neighborhood. Tree-lined streets, kids riding bikes, clean sidewalks, a place where our children could grow up safely. Then Karen became HOA president. She introduced herself with a smile that never quite reached her eyes. 2 weeks later, a letter appeared in our mailbox. Trash bin visible from curb. $25. No warning, no courtesy email, just a fine. We paid it. Then came another. Holiday decorations displayed beyond acceptable time frame, $50. Then another. Driveway discoloration, $75. It started feeling less like community management and more like surveillance. Karen began walking the neighborhood every morning, clipboard in hand, camera around her neck. She stopped in front of our house longer than the others, every single time. Soon, the rules started changing, or at least, that's what she claimed. She cited updated compliance standards, but we never received official notice of changes. The fines stopped being weekly, they became daily. Grass slightly uneven, $100. Window blinds not uniform, $150. Car parked 3 inches beyond driveway edge, $200. Daily, accumulating. When I called to ask for clarification, she calmly said, "Compliance is the homeowner's responsibility." By the end of the month, we owed over $3,000. And Karen? She smiled at the next HOA meeting. Standards maintain property value. But it didn't feel like standards. It felt personal, and we had no idea how far she was willing to take it. The daily fines didn't slow down. They increased. Karen sent certified letters marked final notice, even when previous notices had been mailed just days earlier. Late fees were added automatically, then processing fees, then reinspection fees. Every time we corrected something, she found something new. It became a pattern. We replaced the mailbox. She cited the color tone. We repainted it. She cited the sheen level. We trimmed the hedges. She measured the height. We adjusted the blinds. She claimed they were visibly inconsistent from exterior angle. We started documenting everything: photos, receipts, dates. But she documented more. She began photographing our home at night. Neighbors told us she drove by slowly after dark. One evening, I stepped outside and caught her taking pictures from across the street. She didn't look embarrassed. She looked proud. "You'll receive updated documentation tomorrow," she said. By month 3, the total had reached $18,000. We requested a hearing. Karen chaired it herself. She denied our appeal in under 5 minutes. No evidence of selective enforcement. But other homes had visible violations. No fines, no letters, just us. That's when our attorney reviewed the HOA bylaws, and what we discovered made everything worse. There was no provision allowing daily compounding fines at that rate. Karen had interpreted the rules, and no one had challenged her before until now. Karen didn't back down. She escalated. A lien notice arrived, taped to our front door. Our children saw it before we did. Property at risk due to noncompliance. The fines had crossed $40,000. Our savings disappeared into legal consultations. Stress consumed our home. We stopped sleeping. Arguments started. Bills piled up. Then came the foreclosure threat. Karen claimed the HOA had authority to initiate proceedings. We begged for mediation. She refused. "Compliance must be enforced consistently," she said publicly at the HOA meeting. Consistently. Except it wasn't. 3 neighbors quietly admitted they had similar violations. None had received daily fines. One told us she doesn't like when people question her. And we had questioned her. The legal battle drained us. Attorney fees mounted, interest compounded, credit cards maxed out. Eventually, we made the decision no family should have to make. We sold the house at a loss, not because we wanted to, because we had no choice. The HOA collected their fines from the sale proceeds. Karen attended the closing meeting. She shook hands. She called it an unfortunate but necessary enforcement action. Necessary. Our family moved into a small rental across town. Bankrupt. Not from irresponsibility, from unchecked power. But Karen didn't realize something. She had created a paper trail, and someone was finally ready to follow it. 6 months later, state investigators contacted former HOA residents. Multiple complaints had surfaced: unauthorized fee structures, improper lien procedures, selective enforcement, and missing financial records. Karen hadn't just fined us. She had built a system. Daily compounding penalties routed through accounts she controlled as HOA president. When the audit was complete, the findings were devastating: improper governance, procedural violations, financial mismanagement. The HOA board dissolved her authority. She resigned before formal removal. The neighborhood was left cleaning up years of damage. We never recovered the house, but we recovered something else, the truth. And sometimes that's where justice begins. If you've ever dealt with a power hungry HOA or someone who abused their position, share your experience in the comments. Your story might help someone else feel less alone. And if you want more real A stories like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Because silence protects abuse, but exposure, that changes everything.